Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, it's early. Yes, it's not my normal time, but we've got a lot going on this morning, and I wanted to pop on because I really didn't yesterday, other than a YouTube video that I did I tried to do a shorter video and then post it on Instagram, and only a minute of it posted. So I ended up posting the rest of it on YouTube. So if you saw my reel yesterday and it like cuts off, I think what happens is if I'm going to post those longer videos, I have to actually post them from my computer. I can't do it from my phone. I'm learning, guys. It's definitely a learning curve, all of this different stuff, right? So good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, November 16th. We're about a week away from Thanksgiving, the holiday season kicking off here in the United States. So that's kind of what I talked about yesterday was the holidays kicking off and being triggered by different people in different situations. So take a look at that if you didn't get a chance to. That's on my YouTube channel at Guidance 311. So good morning, everyone. Melissa L. Watkins, evidential medium and master instructor with integrated energy therapy. So yesterday I actually added, in March, I'm doing the integrated energy therapy weekend certification, basic, intermediate, and advanced levels. If you're someone who holds a certification and you want to come to have a refresher, kind of get back into it, especially if you've been certified a while ago and you haven't really done anything with it. So there's a price. It's just $111 to come for the weekend. You just have to hold a certification. So you just have to shoot me an email or a picture of your certification. So you can get in and come and practice with us and get back into healing with the angels and that energy. So that's there. And this Saturday, I will be at Crystal Clear Health and Wellness doing the gratitude journal. And I don't want you to think that that's going to be Mickey Mouse. Like, I'm giving you real strategies to manifest, to activate the law of attraction, to get into what Abraham calls the vortex. So I don't want you to think that you're not going to receive real practical knowledge and practices, not just the one practice, but practices for gratitude and why raising your frequency is so, so important and getting into being able to manifest what it is you do want. So that's going to be this Saturday. I hope you can join me. You can go to my website to the event tab and buy your ticket. Or just hit going on the event on Facebook. I just need to know how much supplies to bring. So right now I'm kind of planning on, I think, 6 to 8 of us. But honestly, guys, we're going to be there. And I hope that if you're in my area and you can join me, I would completely love it. It's $25 for the class. You can pay the day of, no worries, Venmo, PayPal, cash, whatever, whatever. But yeah, that's basically to cover the supplies and the lights for the building. So really, really looking forward to that. And then I will be there. And for those of you who would like to work with me in person or virtually, those of you maybe want your next IET session or you want to give an IET session, I do have 20% off right now until the 27th, Cyber Monday. So that is there for all of you. It's the coupon code is BLACK20. And if you want to give a gift certificate, you can also do that. So that's all on my website. But yeah, I was talking to somebody yesterday that I work with pretty regularly, and she was like, I didn't know you had a coupon. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been talking about it for a couple of days now. So it always surprises me. I know we're busy. I know we're distracted. I know it's a lot. I do. So yes, that is there. So good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, those of you watching on the replay. So to kind of get us started this morning, because I am here a little earlier and I wasn't sure energetically where we were, I actually pulled a card already. So the card that I pulled was Rumi, Mystical Knowing, Breaking Boundaries, Personal Experience of God. So this is the Ascended Master that wanted to come out today. And I don't know a lot about Rumi, so I thought we would start with learning about Rumi and who he is and what he is all about. So I'm really enjoying this new deck because I feel like we are getting a lot of information, knowledge, learning. Rumi was a 13th century Persian mystic poet. His words, poems, and songs have been highly influential in the world over, transcending national borders and ethnic divisions and describing the direct experience of God. Rumi is now acknowledged as the world's most popular poet. What's most magical about this great man in his ability to shed light on moments that can be deeply painful. In these moments, his words and poems can bring real solace. One of his most beloved phrases is, "The wound is where the light enters," for it shows that even in the darkest, most wounded moments, God will be there to lead us back to wholeness. So, your message: it is time to move beyond any limitations of the earthly realm that have been placed or forced upon you. It's time to break free of the constraints of family, politics, religion, and anything else that has been telling you who you are or how you need to be. Your connection to the divine must come from personal experience. Trust that what you believe and trust what you know. For this, the only way to move forward. This isn't saying you should disrespect or throw away what may be in place around you, but see if there's a way for you to authentically express who you are without offense. Rumi's light is with you to help you move beyond the limitations of society or family traditions. Simply remain centered in your heart and let your personal experience of the divine lead the way. It isn't inauthentic to speak to others in their language or through their wording in order to get your point across. What's important is that you feel within and deep knowing that no matter who you are or where you are loved by the power that created you. Wow, if that isn't synchronistic, because yesterday I was talking about triggers, right? And sometimes we do have to use the language and the wording and what other people can receive to get your point across. I know that many moons ago now, decades ago now, I actually was in a class for my English degree to teach. And one of the things we talked about was how sometimes you have to look at how you're speaking, right? Are you using maybe vocabulary or word phrases or sentences that the people around you, like they don't understand. That's not where they are, right? And the example I use of this is I had my dad was someone who hadn't graduated past the 8th grade. He was a very, very smart man, very, very knowledgeable in so many areas, but he didn't have language. He didn't have vocabulary. When he wrote very phonetically. He didn't have spelling, right? But he could fix anything. He could build anything, right? Very, very smart man. But when I spoke with him, I had to speak more simply, right? I couldn't use my vocabulary because I was a reader and I had this vocabulary base, but he didn't feel like he could relate to me because there was that difference, right? And I feel like as we're going to be around like different family members or different people, situations as the holidays come near, it's like, where do you kind of have to be cognizant or aware, right, of the situation that you're in or the people that you're around, and then kind of speak from that place. And it's not inauthentic, like Rumi said, right? It's not inauthentic. It's just being relatable, especially if you're trying to have a conversation with someone who maybe doesn't understand you, or you're trying to get a point across as to why there's an obstacle or challenge or a disconnect, right? So I love this message today. I really, really do. So if you need to listen to that again, I would invite you to do that. Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Thomas. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Steph. Yeah, I would definitely listen to that again if you've got situations in your life where you do have that disparage or that I don't want to say inequality, But, definitely a way in which it's, there's a gap. There's a gap, right? There's a gap between you. All right, and this card's already speaking. All right, let's see what else Spirit wants to bring through. All right, so the first one out. I love it. All right. I love it. Yes. So, relationship, and this goes back into what I was just speaking about. Relationship is coming up today. So, yes, you do have people in your life who, you may have people in your life that you do love, that you do feel they're part of your soul tribe, they are part of your spiritual union. For some of you, you may be coming into spiritual union with someone new. Relationship, I think, is really kind of out there right now at the moment as far as energies, and people are looking for connection. This time of year can feel very lonely for some people. So I think it's important that we come together and also get into connection with, your team of guides, angels, and ascended masters, where you are feeling lonesome, or really allowing yourself to trust the signs that you're getting from your crossed over loved ones, right? But for some of you, this is about coming into relationship or connection with people that are going to be your foundation, that are going to be the people that you're going to kind of go forward with from this point, whatever this point is for you. So whether that's a new relationship, or just kind of reconnecting in the relationship that you're in, right? Relationships change all the time. And I feel like the relationships that are going forward at this point, especially those that have been in connection for a while, it is a spiritual union. And for some of you that have been single for a long time, the reason that you haven't really found the right person is because you haven't found the spiritual union. You've maybe felt or found the people that you've been attracted to on a physical level, on a psychological level, on a mental level, on a but you haven't had that that soul connection, right? You haven't had that like looking into someone's eyes and going, oh, I know you, right? I know that energy. I know that that soul, right? And I feel like that's what's going on. And that's why you haven't been able to get into connection with the people. So if you're someone that's been on this journey of trying to find your partner, I feel like you've had a lot of potential partners moved away from your experience because they weren't the right people. They maybe would have in the past, right? You would have been in connection with them for a minute, but Spirit's moving them out of your way pretty quickly, because it's time for you to come into this spiritual union. It's time for you to come into this union that is going to give you that foundation, right? It's going to give you that longevity of connection that you've not had. So for some of you, there's been real disruption in what you've been trying to build recently, not because it isn't that you don't deserve it or it's not time for it. It's just it hasn't been the right thing. And what I see coming in, right, is you are coming into a new beginning. You are moving towards where you're going, but you can't do that if you're stuck in the past. So whether this is relationship or job or whatever it is that you've been really trying to work towards and create in your life, what hasn't been working is because that's not your road. Even though maybe it was a road that used to be your road, maybe it's a road you've been down a couple of times before, but for some reason it's not working this time. It's because you're not that same person. You're not in that energetic signature anymore. It's time for you to move on. It's time for the new beginning and to go down the road that is going to kind of take you on a journey, right? because that's where the prosperity is. That's where the resource is. That's where the new fruit is, right? Whether that's the new person, the new job, the new relationship, the new situation, right? It's all coming in this new beginning that is showing up. But I feel like Rumi is coming through today to say that the only way that you can get through that is by speaking your piece, right? Even if it's just speaking the piece to yourself, right? Sometimes we have to have conversations with ourselves to say, hey, wait a minute, I've been trying and forcing this round peg into this square hole and it's not been working. Like, what am I doing wrong, right? And for some of you, you have to set those boundaries with people. So that's why you have to speak their language so they understand the boundary. Yeah. So whether it's, you're being triggered by people, or, you're just at a place where you're ready for the spiritual union. You're ready for that connection that is going to feel very divinely guided, where, you look at that person and you're like, oh, that's why I haven't worked with anybody else. I see you, right? And if you're not there yet, then you've got to give yourself patience, and you've got to know that there's a foundation being created, but whatever's being moved out of your way, whatever the disruption is, right? It's so you can build something new with someone new. Whether, again, that's a situation, a job, a career, a collaboration, networking, or a partner, right? For some of you, this is very relationship guided, is what it feels like. But however this is playing out in your own life, because it's going to be different for each and every one of you, you definitely are coming into a season of new beginnings. But right now, there may be some disruption in your life. And for some of you, it will feel like a real tower moment, something really crumbling down or breaking apart. But it has to, so that you can be rebuilt for the new beginning and the prosperity that wants to come in. But you can't take the old story. You can't take the old place. You can't take the old situation. You can't take the old people with you. The new beginning is taking you on a new journey of self-discovery and awareness, so that you can have that real soul connection. So I hope that resonated with some of you. All right, let's get some advice. I'm actually I'm just using the decks that are like right next to me. And the next deck that's right next to me is going to be the female archangels. So let's see what archangels want to come in to guide us as we go into a new beginning, a new road, a new journey. Oh my gosh. You saw me. I definitely shuffled. Archangel Ariel has come out over and over and over again in the last few days in like all these different readings. I love it. So Archangel Ariel is coming out to connect with nature, but I am going to read the message in the book because it's more than just connecting with nature. She's really coming through that, yes, nature and Mother Gaia can transmute your fears, transmute your difficulties, but yes, so here it is. I read it the other day, but I'm going to read it again because she's coming out. She's here for us. Work with her, build your relationship with her, call her in. I love it. So, all right, so let's go over here. Archangel Ariel, whose name reflects divine lion, serves the orange and green ray of acceptance, fortitude in nature, with his counterpart, Archaea, strength. Ariel reminds us that when we connect with nature, we reconnect with ourselves. Very important. While heavenly support is always present, Ariel guides that you don't need to depend on angels for bringing you magic. You are magic. For magic is here on earth, within nature and within you. Take regular breathers outside, chat with nature spirits, create a fairy garden or nature altar, get a pet, or enjoy time with the animals you have, nurture your houseplants and crystals. Look to the interconnectedness of the wildlife in your area and surrounding countryside. Witness the magic and miracles in your everyday, knowing you are part of his oneness. Invite in Archangel Ariel for animal and elemental communication, bravery, environmentalism, expansion of the base chakra, manifestation, and reflecting oneness. Yes. So call in Archangel Ariel. Yeah, and blessing. With arms wide open, say aloud 3 times with conviction, I come alive in the wilderness of nature. I come alive in the wilderness of nature. I come alive in the wilderness of nature. Yeah, I love that. So Archangel Ariel has been coming out very consistently. So call on him and work with him as you move forward in this new beginning, on this new road, healing what needs to be healed, getting into connection with Mother Gaia. And, Mother Gaia and the root chakra, very, very connected, right? So your root chakra is all about balance and grounding. And so for those of you who are really feeling unbalanced or ungrounded, or like you're kind of all over the place, getting balanced is really, really going to help you to be able to, hear, feel, see, and know what it is Spirit is guiding you towards, but also what it is you want. Sometimes when we're all over the place, we don't even know what we want. We don't know where we want to go or what we want to focus on because we're just so distracted and so out of, we're in disharmony, right? So, yeah, I would definitely take time. Take time to have salt baths, take time to get outside, spend time with your pets or spend time in nature, hug a tree, meditate outside. I know in my area it's the colder time of year, but the weather's been balmy. It's been so unnaturally, unseasonably warm. So I've been taking advantage of it and taking more walks with the dog and different things. So get out there, and if you can't do that, take a salt bath or, go to your local wellness center and sit in the sauna or salt cave or, get some nature around you. Maybe it's time to buy some plants and plant it up in your house, whatever it is. But yeah, I would invite you to do that because this new beginning is coming in and Spirit really wants you to get out of, these cards came out back to back, guys. Look at that. So you have the Tower and then you have the Fool, right? So we have, it's time. It's time to let go of what is breaking down. So whatever is all the obstacles and challenges in your life right now, it's because it's time for that to go. If it's not working out, if it's not easy, it's time for it to be let go of, because it's time for the new beginning, which will be, if you look, she's got her walking staff, she's got her purse, she's got her walking shoes on, like she's ready to go, right? She's taken a step forward, and this is about being on a new journey, going somewhere new. So for some of you, this might be moving homes, moving places that you live, states, countries. Maybe it's just moving out of a relationship that just doesn't work anymore, right? Ready for that soulmate, ready for that really soul connected relationship, right? So, all right, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I will be Saturday at Crystal Clear Health and Wellness with the Gratitude Journal class. I hope that if you're called to be there, you will be there with me. 20% off services right now until November 27th. The coupon code for my website is BLACK20. Have a beautiful Thursday. I will be at Crystal Clear Health and Wellness today from 3 to 6. All right, guys. Talk soon. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.